There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Star Breakfast Show, brought to you by Starcross TV, God's own TV, and truly the best religious TV worldwide. I am David Eric, reaching out to you from Starcross TV. This is a brand new episode of the Morning Star Breakfast Show, and today is Tuesday, a wonderful and lovely day. Thank God it's Tuesday, and a beautiful day to give thanks to God. Guys, I'm not doing this alone. I have here with me my beautiful, wonderful, exciting, elegant ladies here with me. I normally call them my missing ribs. So sitting opposite me, I would like to bring the one that is looking so beautiful, glamorous. I think she's going for a pageantry show today. Yes, after the Morning Star Breakfast show. She's looking so beautiful, and she will be on the billboards very soon.
No.
Her name is Peace Smith. Good morning, Sister Peace.
Good morning to you, Brother David.
How are
Good
you
morning,
doing?
Sister Ruth.
How did you come up with? How did you come up with this gala?
You know, sometimes we need to bring back, the tradition.
What's the name again?
I said gala.
Gala or gallant?
I don't know. I think gala is that one that they normally wear during function.
By men.
Yes, by men that normally wear during function.
Okay.
Yeah,
so this one is what?
I think that is.
I feel like there is a bird perching on her.
No. I feel this is it the English kind of the British kind of where where they call them the Empress and all of that.
No, just let's
Those
go back
kind of
to
figures.
I think it's an Elizabethan wear.
Okay, that's even better.
In Nigeria, the law.
Thank you. Good morning to our wonderful audience out there. I believe you are having a beautiful day and you woke up feeling strong. Yes, this is my word to you that health is wealth. So always ensure that you manage your health very well, whatever you're going through or whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Star Breakfast Show.
All right, yes, that was from our law. And Sister Rudy say Elizabeth what?
Elizabethan wear.
Have you not read about Shakespeare?
I have read about Shakespeare.
Oh.
Then they normally use the animal, the bear skin.
No, it's something like this, but it comes out behind like this.
Yes, but those things
like
are made
a
up.
book.
Are
You
made up of
understand?
the bear skin. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, they are made up of the bear skin, not.
I don't know where you got your own.
This one is different. I'll call her Lolo.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, sitting very close to me, as we have the authentic one. She's always looking so beautiful, and she is the best presenter
In
worldwide.
Nigeria.
Stop
in the
playing.
Yes. And she's on the billboard already. Yeah. Her name is Sister Ruth Ogo. Good morning, Sister Ruth. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm fine. Good morning to you and to you.
morning.
Good morning
Good
to you, our beloved viewer. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you said your prayer when you woke up this morning. Bearing in mind that God is fighting, has fought so many battles you weren't even aware of, and He has defended you in so many battles. So you really have to always thank Him every morning, at every given time, every second of the day, every minute, every hour, every week, every month, yearly. Thank Him, because a lot is going on that only your physical eyes cannot see.
Yes.
So
That's
thank you
true.
so much for joining us.
That's true. Definitely, we need to be very prayerful because the month of January has come and gone.
February.
The month of February has come and gone, and this is March.
Yeah.
And God is very wonderful.
God is faithful. He's faithful in His promises. I would like to also use this medium to wish all the March borns a happy, a beautiful, prosperous, birthday. All right, may the Father bless you and grant all your heart desires, whatever it is you need. Pray. I don't know, some people don't pray if of their birthdays. Some people make it like mega events. They pray. They pray, like they fast, pray before they are weak, requesting for something. I don't know. Some people do that. Yeah, I've seen a couple of people do that. I think you should do that as well. This is a new year, so come up with a good and a new pattern, So stop doing all this Eve celebration. To stop being I don't know. Some people will drink to stupor. They say, yeah, their birthday is coming up. Something that is more of spiritual than the physical. Is that what you are doing? So please, you have to do this so you can request for something. And I'm sure our God, being merciful, would do that. I also like to use this medium to, say a word or two about our brother. I think he has been here before, Mr. Ibu, the comedian. Yeah. I think he took a bow on Saturday. Yeah, up till now, I still cannot, wrap my head around the fact that he's no more. He was just like a good comedian from his head to toe. Like, he doesn't have to force it.
Yes.
It was just inbuilt. He was born with it naturally. Yeah, so he had to take a bow. I'm sure he has. I don't know. Father knows. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Father knows best. I think maybe he's done with his assignments on earth. But the things that baffles me the most, ever since I got that news everywhere on the internet, yesterday in the cab, I was listening to news, radio, and I heard how he passed. I know he died of diabetes, right? But every other thing surrounded, like led to his death was somehow funny, And this has to do with women. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting
I
for
think
you
I
to bring
heard
that
that
up.
on Sunday.
I didn't get
I
it.
heard that on Sunday.
I
Yes,
was waiting
even,
for you
even
to
on
bring that
social
up.
media. Even on social media, it's everywhere on the social media, talking about how he left, the divorce, the demands, the squandering of money, all done by women. Very, very pathetic. Please, I don't know. I think we shouldn't be dragging our agenda at this point. We should be having our back, right? This is somebody who has built so much. He has built himself.
Legacies?
Yes, legacy. Because right now, people everywhere is making media rounds right now, even though it's normal. But knowing that, is when someone die or people die, that's when you get to know all that they did while they were on earth, and that is what has happened. And it's so pathetic that we are getting to know the ones that were often hidden by the cameras. He only comes out to make us laugh, but inwardly he
don't know
was
what they're going
dying.
through.
He was dying secretly, slowly. And this was not just naturally, someone was how do I put it, someone was engineering it. Who was the engineer? A woman. Please be good. Be good at all times. I don't know. Do not let anybody push you into doing what you're not supposed to do. Do not be slave to money. I don't know how else to put it. Yes, all these things are material things. We all came. Look now. When I pictured everything in my mind, I don't know. I'm entitled to my opinion here. When I pictured everything, I saw that when he came in, when we all came to this earth, we came naked without anything. It was later God started blessing us, with all that we have, what we are wearing, all we own today. God started blessing us. Now he has gone. History, the news I'm getting now is that he left without anything, because even before he took a bow, everything was struggled, was sold, the ones squandered everything. And so he left the same way he came. Right, everything, like his properties were sold
until they have to even beg
exactly
for his treatment, and the money for the treatment was
still
also
squandered.
squandered. Yes, be good. I don't know how else to say it.
I think this should be to all genders, not
All
specifically.
yes, because the first time he came on the net, on the internet, I saw a video of him in the hospital. Back then his leg was not yet amputated. Yes, so he was okay, though he was not okay because he was having all these issues, and that's why he was in the hospital. Now there was a brother who came in saying, is he still alive? I want to sell property. I'm like, is this Nigerian movie? Like, what is this Nigerian movie I'm seeing? Right? You just came in. I don't know. My own is to sell. I want to sell this one. I want to sell that one. And it happened.
His brother.
I don't know who he was. I don't know. But may his soul rest in peace. When somebody is, people, Calabar people say, oh, yeah, humans are wealth. I don't know if I interpreted it well. This is not Wednesday, Sha. I will just do it anyhow I know. Humans are wealth. Is that correct? When the person is alive, you have everything, right? When the person is gone, the person's legacy, and I'm sure they were benefiting a lot just because he was alive, supports were coming in and the rest, and now that he's gone, everything will also be cut off. So while you are doing what you are doing, always think twice. Think also the Biakpan people would say think like think straight and think slanty. Yeah, so before you start doing what you are doing, also think in all ramifications. Think straight, think slanty. If I do this, how is it going to end? If I do this, how is it going to end? Don't let somebody push you into doing that which you're not supposed to do, because right now all of them are being dragged on the internet, yes, and it's the matters, they've taken the matter to I think one of the Nigerian forces is handling one of the matters, because all the money is squandered. They want to see how they can retrieve all the monies,
From
I bet
his
they didn't
wives.
see. I bet they didn't see this coming. The wives and daughter. I don't know. Anyways, that's not why we are here. Just be nice. Be good to people. Be good to even if the person is not related to you. Be good, because I feel like you're sowing a seed. Because you also one day you would also take a bow and leave your offspring, and you wouldn't want to be in spirit and be seeing somebody maltreating your own, right? Because you did it to another person. Just be nice. I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Yeah.
be nice, please.
Definitely, you're making sense. As they said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So know what you're looking for and get a good woman. It pays. Alright, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, Morning Star continues. Stay tuned.
Inside
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're still watching the Morning Star Breakfast Show brought to you by Starcross TV, God's own TV. Truly the best religious TV worldwide. And right now, I still have my beautiful, wonderful, and exciting lady. I have here with me Sister Ruth, and I have here with me Sister P. Smith, my
Hi,
Lolo.
welcome back.
All
I
right.
feel I should be wearing this clothes every
My
day.
Lolo.
No, I'm not your Lolo. Please, so that someone don't call me hot water.
No.
Okay.
For you to be my missing rib, do you know what that means?
Oh,
Yes.
such a great privilege.
Yes, but don't worry, very soon I'll be giving you guys out on a platter of. Alright, so today we're looking at a very wonderful topic. Today's topic is going to be very exciting. It has to do with everybody, irrespective of age, because yes, I think this particular topic does not segregate on age range. Yes, we're going to be looking at stress today. Most people go through stress, both children, adults. I think children, it might be unconscious to them that they're going through stress. Yes, I think so. It might be unconscious that they're going through stress. While the adults, it might be conscious to them that they're going through stress because they have a lot. Both the mental stress. In Nigeria now we say we have a lot and a lot is going through us. We are going through a lot and a lot is going through us. You understand? So today we're talking about stress, types of stress, what causes stress, so we can be able to keep ourselves fit and avoid so many things, because the stress we go through has resulted to so many illnesses we have. Illness like high blood pressure, low blood pressure, and so on and so forth. So we're going to talk about stress today. So that means me, I have a semi-doctor today. These are my semi-doctors. So they'll be doing justice. We'll talk about stress today. I would like to start with Sister Peace.
Oh, and why did you have to start with?
You're my Lolo now.
Okay.
So let's look at stress from your own perspective. What do you think is stress for you?
Okay, thank you so much, Brother David. First of all, I'd like to welcome our audience, because today being Tuesday, we are always looking at health talk.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you stay glued to your TV set, because after our discussion here, we will be having Nurse Edith, who will be doing more, discussion about your health. Yes, talking about stress. Stress is a common thing in both the adults and the young ones, even little children. Sometimes someone will say, why little children? Yes, when once you play a lot, you start seeing, you start feeling those signs of stress. And of course, WHO, World Health Organization, talked about health as the physical state being of the whole body. When your whole body is okay, even a little headache can be a problem to be a problem to your entire body, even a little scratch. So once your whole body is at a state of peace, rest, that is health for you. And then what is stress? Stress here, let me just say, stress is a state of worrying or mental tension that is caused by difficult situation. Yes, I've highlighted the word difficult situation. Sometimes it might not be something so difficult, like I said, you might be trekking to a long distance and you're feeling tired already, that's stress for you. Or maybe you're trying to run around to see how you can get something done. That is stress at that point. When once you sit down and you start feeling those feelings, tension comes, you start breathing so heavily, those are still part of stress. Or maybe you are eating too much. Someone say, of course, prove me wrong.
I love that stress.
Prove me wrong.
Please give me that stress.
Maybe at that point you're eating too much, That's still stress. I believe that there's nothing in this what you're doing that, it leads to tension or feelings or it's coming. But when we are talking about worry on its own, that, something difficult is happening. Maybe you're trying to meet deadline. Or maybe you're trying to see how these things can be done, you understand?
Yeah.
Or maybe, something just happened, you lost your loved ones. All those things are all why stress comes to play. So for me, stress is a state of worrying or mental tension that is caused by difficult situation. Have I been able to answer?
Yes, madam. Sister Ruth, I would love us to deviate a little. Now, she has talked about children. I have noticed that most children that stays without their parents go through a lot of stress, and we might be looking at it from this angle that adults are the ones that go through stress the most. There are some people that misuse, maltreat children a lot and make them to go through much stress. And now because the children are young, they cannot be able to talk.
Yeah.
They cannot be able to complain. I am going through a lot, and people feel that because the children are young, they are vibrant, and maybe because it's a child, he wakes up in the morning and he jumps up and moves out, that the child cannot undergo stress. What happens to this set of children that they are being overused by mostly people who are not the parents?
What happens to them?
Yes.
No, come again. I don't really understand your
All
question,
right.
please.
What I'm trying to say is that I have noticed that most parents that give out their children to some other people to go and stay with, they overuse these children and overlabor them, and these children are going through a lot of stress unknown to the caretakers who they are staying with. They feel that because the children wakes up and jumps up, that nothing is happening to them, and for truth they will use them. Sometimes the children might go to different miles to fetch water, get firewood, even take care of their own children who are like their age mates, and send them to school before maybe come and prepare for their own self. What happens to these children? Do you think that they can be able to survive like in the near future? Because like the stress are mounting on them, like what's going to happen to them?
Yeah, I love that. First and foremost, that is like enslaving them. That's slave. Yeah, it doesn't have to be back in the days where slave trade was, popularly known, especially here in Calabar. There was also slave trading here. So yeah, the child will be so like the mental health of that child is no more like stable. Yes, it will really affect the child in the nearest future. First and foremost, that child, you've not raised that child with love. And what are you expecting in future? You're expecting a very arrogant child who doesn't have love also for another person, a child with no feelings. Yeah, that is how the child is going to grow. No matter what you do to that child, the sense that love does not exist has already been established or registered. So that child is also growing to also pass the same way you brought him or her up to the next generation. That's the disadvantage of doing such to a child. The child will be like, when I was about this age, I used to do this. You are even older than me back in the days. I was working for somebody. How dare you tell me you can't do this when I was doing it happily? Come on, get to work. You must do it. That's what we are saying now. You must do it. When I was about your age, I did it. Right? So there is no love. They don't have any love to pass on to the next generation. Aside from that, they would also be having so much health issues when they grow up, I feel. Yeah, I believe like
chronic sickness or
yes, they can be having this mental problem. Yeah, because there is something my mom used to say: when you beat a child too much, when once you walk close to the child, whether you raise your hand or not, the child is already dodging, frightened and dodging, like, is she coming to beat me, is he coming to beat me? So they have that fear already. You've registered it, and so they are going to grow with that. Sometimes somebody is passing, for example, I'm so glued to my phone now, I see somebody, maybe you're passing, crossing your hand to pick this cup. Immediately you cross your hand, I'm already dodging. You understand? Because of the fear of how I was groomed. Yeah, even though you're not coming, so you've already messed with the child's mental health. Yeah, so that child is going to grow in that way. You have beaten the child to stupor. Permit me to say that. Yes, you have stressed the child. You have maltreated the child. So that is what is going to happen. You have stressed the child so much that the child, every time the child is always in fear. If I do this, what is going to happen? If I do that, should I say this? Sometimes a child has something to say, but he's so afraid to say it because he does not know. What are you going to do next? Is he going to land me? Like slap me? Is he going to punch me? I better keep quiet. The child will be so careful, even inside the house. Like, you are in the house. That's a free zone, a freedom zone. Permit me to say that you are not outside, but you're just being over careful. If I step my foot here, what will happen? You have messed with that child mental health already. So that is what is going to happen when the child grows up the child is going to grow up without love, with so much fear, and then with all amounts of carelessness.
Yeah.
When the child grows up now, when the child is on his or her own now to be able to cater for themselves, they'll be so careless about everything. Nothing would ever mean anything to them. If another child comes telling them, I have a headache, I'm having ache here, there, they would not care. They'll be like, drink water or it will go. They'll just, I'm telling you.
No, I'm not.
They'll tell you it will go because they were also raised without love.
Love.
All amounts of carelessness. So it's the same carelessness they are passing on. So if you have a child you're stressing to that level, you already know what you are getting in future. You cannot plant beans and harvest cocoyam.
right.
It's the same beans you are getting. So be careful.
So I'd like to
true.
add.
No, sorry.
Okay.
Before you continue now, let's deviate a little, please.
Okay.
Now we have the major gender, the male and the female, and it appears that the male looks more stronger than the female. But technically, I have seen the female undergo a lot and lots of stress, both in the urban setting and the rural setting. That is why it turns out like the females, they get aged quicker than the male. Do you think that the women passes through more stress than the men? Do you think so?
Do I think, or
Yeah.
what is the woman's body
No,
designed
no, no.
to?
Do you think that the woman goes through more stress
In
than
what
the man?
aspect? Go through more stress.
Okay, now
in
let me
what
put it on a
aspect?
plain surface. It is said that the man is to take care of the family,
The man is to
provide
bear the
for the
stress.
family, and give shelter, clothing to the family. Let's assume that this is somebody that a housewife that does not go out, but she's still passing through stress. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think that the women go through a lot of stress than the men?
Okay, I understand your point now.
Yeah.
I would not want to really call it a stress. Yes. Why so? Because this thing, the woman's body has been designed to, carry out these activities. For the men, yeah, no problem that the man goes out, to do some of the major works, take this and have to bring food to the table, have to, perhaps the man is a carpenter or a mechanic or, a truck driver, depending on the nature. Even if the person is a doctor or a lawyer, there's still stress in there. And the woman sits at home, she has to cook for the children, she has to take care of the house, she has to make sure that everything is well kept. I don't know if I'm in line with your question you asked. So the woman is making sure that everything in the house is well kept. At that point, I would not say that, the woman on her own is going through a lot, except maybe the woman she's trying to be a domestic wife and also a worker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe she goes out to work, and then I feel in the house, both species should learn to carry out their activities together, so that to lessen on one another. You don't know the nature of what the man is going through there, because the wife is here in the house taking care of the things at home, and you feel like, she's going through a lot, I'm bathing the children, I'm cooking, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. For me, I feel that it's a 50-50 at that point. Because if you don't do it, will your husband come back from the office to come and sit down and do all those things? No. So at that point, a woman is designed to carry out those obligations. But it's always nice when the two parties learn to, carry out this, maybe help each other. For example, I have a brother, yes, like a cousin. Yeah, so he's always he's this kind of person who knows that, if my wife is washing the clothes, I have to sweep the house and clean and mop the house. Or if my wife is cooking, I have to help her with other little things. I know that's how family should be like, or that's how both genders should be like. So at this point, I will not be saying, the woman is designed, except you are trying to tell me that women tend to face more stress than the men. A lot of persons might say yes, because when it comes to childbearing and all of that, but for me, I feel the society has been designed to be 50-50. It's just that when one party tries to, leave everything to the other person, now it looks like, the person is suffering a lot. But at this point, no, it's a 50-50. If you are going to work, I'm in the house, I should be able to take care of those things, because you're bringing the feeding money. So if you are going to work, I'm also going to work. When we come back, we should try. If I'm bathing the children, I should be able to do the assignments for maybe their homework and all of that. So if I'm cooking, you should be able to maybe do the little things that you can do, by so doing to lessen the stress for one person. So what am I saying? It's only when one party tends to, because I'm the man, or because I'm woman, and maybe your love for me is overpowering you. So you have to go through those things for me, no. But if there's unity between these people, they could at that point learn to manage their stress. And the woman would not be feeling, oh, I'm doing much. You understand my point? So it would be something like, oh, you are doing, I'm also doing. You go to work, I'm in the house, I should take care of those things. But if you are back to the house and you happen to see me doing all those things, out of your, benevolence, you can try to help, and it will still go a long way.
I love that word, out of your benevolence.
Yes, your own kindness
you can
or
try
something.
to help. Sister Ruth, I think you have a contrary opinion to that. She's talking from the urban setting. Look at the rural setting. We have women who fish. We have women who farm. That word that says what a man can do, a woman can do better. I feel the women go through a lot. That is what makes them age so far. I don't know if I am speaking your mind.
Yeah, I want to come from a different angle as well. Yeah, because you've talked about why women age so fast. Yeah, it's because number one, they don't exercise much. They get so stressed with work, domestic work, and they don't get to rest.
Sorry, let me come in. I feel you just said something. I feel domestic work stresses a lot more than the mental work.
Yeah, I'm still coming to that. I'm still coming to that because a woman, for example, right now I'm not yet married, right? I don't have that much responsibility.
That's why you look normal.
I don't have that much responsibility, but even though I don't have much responsibility right now, sometimes I get so stressed. I feel like I'm doing too much, doing more than my body should take. Imagine you being a wife. You're a wife, you're a worker, you are a mother, a wife, a mother, and a worker. You know what that means? You're going to fulfill your obligations as a wife, as a mother, and as a worker. You're not going to go to you'll not go tell your manager, oh, I'm fulfilling my motherly duties and wifey duties, so that's why you're not. You would get to work, report to work on time. Coming back home now, you have to cook, you have to serve, you have to clean the house. Right, then doing fulfilling your motherly duties. You have to, do you know what it means? I'm not a mother, I take care of my niece and nephew. I know how much work is there. You have to take care of them, like everything surrounding everything. You do this, do that, at whether you are strong, whether you are weak, you still work, because these children don't even know they need care. They need your help, so you have to be there for them. So all these things, I feel like it is so stressful because sometimes you get so tired. If you're living alone, you're not married, you're not a mother. When you are tired, you go to your bed and rest. Nothing is going to disturb you. You are resting. But once God has saddled you with this responsibility, you don't rest when your body needs the rest. It's when the body needs the rest, you don't give to him. Sometimes at some point the body would force the rest, and that would make you breakdown. You would break down, you fall sick, so you have to go to the hospital or take some medication. And aside from that, also carrying children in life, also I feel like it's also like I don't know how to put it.
The greatest, if I'm not mistaken, the greatest risk or the greatest stress on planet Earth is childbearing, if I'm not mistaken.
The greatest
stress.
Yes, because once a woman puts to birth, the body can never. Yes, there's transformation. The body can never be the same again. Like, I don't know how to put it, but no matter what, if you look at things, like you bring down your eyes and look at things very well, you know that the body can never be the same again. Yes, I don't know. For some people, yes, even though they still go back to shape, yeah, there are some changes that has occurred that if you're not close to except the person tells you this is the change that has occurred, you wouldn't know. Some are very, very conspicuous, while some are not that. Even the lifestyle, the thinking, the way you reason and other things, a lot of changes will occur. Now, all these things stresses the body, plus all the shouting. You cannot be doing all the correction. Sometimes you do the correction peacefully, sometimes doing what we do. You do the correction
by force.
With the act of war.
By force.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay.
How would I even put it? Like you want to fight, yeah, you come out violent just because you want to correct a child. You know, just stop that. All the shouting, you know, the shouting is also weighing you. Yeah, it's weighing you off. So these are the things. I feel like these are the things. I don't know if I am wrong. If you are a mother, you are a wife, you know, you have responsibilities around you. You know, I am wrong, please. This
Call us
discussion,
in and tell us.
yes, join the discussion by calling us in. The phone line is open, or you meet us on our live chat. Tell us why women get old than the men. For me, this is the reason. This is the reason, because a child comes back from school. You know you are going to bathe the child.
Yeah.
Whether you are strong or not, you are going to
have
bring
to
the
do
child
it.
back. Bring the child back. You're going to bathe the child. You feed the child. You come and sit down and do. I know some schools, the way they will pack assignment as if it's tertiary institution. You come and sit down and, you know, tell
That's
the child
in the
what to do. When you get up from there, you are going, even though you are able to put the children to sleep or the child to sleep, you are not going to rest. When they wake up, they need food. You need dinner.
only
You
time
understand?
It's actually an IT model.
The only time I
So
feel
you
that,
have to go
the
back
only time
to
I
the
feel
kitchen.
you can rest is the few 2-3 minutes that
The child is sleeping.
those children are sleeping. Not like you rest, you're not doing anything. You're doing something, but you're resting from not talking. I feel talking saps a lot.
It does. What did you hear me say? Sometimes you correct peacefully. Sometimes you
go to war.
You go to war with the correction. All these things are stress. So when you see in some gathering, you see some women come and in the next 5 minutes they are dozing already. You know, sometimes you wake them up arrogantly. It's wrong. I don't know how to put it. You don't know. Maybe that's the only time that woman
Peace of mind.
has the time to sit down. And so once the woman or the sister sits down, is to snooze. I'm telling you, the woman will snooze, because back home it's just here, there, here, there. So when they finally get time, and that is maybe a program that you invited her again, that's another thing. Once they sit there, they are snoozing. Give them 2 to 3 minutes. If you are not engaging them with questions, or you know, engage them, let them get up and talk.
Engage them with the food stress.
I don't know.
Like
not
Okay,
not
okay.
food.
The food stress. Me, I prefer the food stress.
Like
Engage
food
them
stress.
with
Point of eating.
Yes. Maybe when it is time
Give
for
them
item
snacks,
6,
yeah,
yes,
very
or you
important.
engage them, you ask them questions, or yes, to answer you. If you leave them, they are going to sleep, because that's the only time they have to sit. I don't know. I don't know if I am wrong, but I'm telling you from my own perspective. I'm not yet a mother, yes, but I have also taken care of
They've
children.
gone through the process.
Yeah, so I shall know how it is. So like when they are young, when they are still tender, I feel like you even have more time. That during that you have time to
right.
take care of them. You know, when they are sleeping, like what I used to do years back. Once they go to bed, like I am working with time. I rush, finish everything. As they are sleeping, I'm joining them. Because once they wake up, work starts. Because you cannot leave them here and go there.
Yeah.
So you sleep along. When they wake up, and you know you are going to be there. When they are here, you are there. Even if you are doing anything you are doing, your mind is not there again. Like I used to say, something that would have taken me like 20 minutes to finish. When the children are awake, I can take like 40 minutes, because I'm not concentrating. 1 minute I'm there, 2 minutes I'm out to look out. The next minute I'm here, I'm going to spend another 5 minutes to look out.
I think I'm learning from this.
No, yeah. Now I see. I'm
In
going to be giving you
motherhood.
so you not have much things to do.
Anyways, let's stop there.
Okay, so I would like to, before we proceed,
All
you
right.
asked a question in the rural area.
Settings.
Why women get old than the men. But I want to generalize it at this point
Okay.
by asking you a question. Do you know why men tend to marry young, like younger women?
Why older men?
Yes, why older men or any man who is ready to marry? Do you know why he goes for younger women? Do you know?
Tell me.
Sometimes, no. Let's look at it biologically.
Eric.
Tell me. Let me know.
Let's look at it biologically.
Yeah.
A woman is designed the way that's why we once talked about it here on this, said that the woman is sometimes smarter than the man. They get more experienced than the men. Similarly, a woman gets more older, like facially, than you see two people. Maybe they are the same age, they got married the same age, but at some point you see the woman looking older than the man. But when you're looking at it, when you ask them of their age, oh, perhaps the man is either older than the woman or maybe a year difference or 2 or 3 or thereabout. Apart, Sister Ruth talked about childbearing. That is one thing that weighs down the woman's nerves and starts making her look older. That's where transformation comes to play. Another thing, a woman, she is biologically designed to get older than the man. Then sometimes her body may not carry this stress. For example, now in the rural area where you talked about, of course they engaged sometimes in farming. Not even sometimes, they engage in farming, fishing. But I've not seen a woman that is a fisherwoman before.
Wow.
Maybe that's because I've not been there. That's because I've not been there. I've always been like known about men and all of that.
Back in the days, my
Yes.
cousins would go. And
Okay,
come back.
perhaps. So another thing is maybe they make gari or oil. So all those things, what am I saying? All those things, even the men get into this thing. But when you as a woman do not take care of yourself, like managing stress that we are talking about, you don't rest when you need to. Malnutrition is another thing. Imagine
you're not feeding properly.
Yes, you're not feeding properly. Yes, of course they have all those things, especially in those areas. You know, they plant them or even take proteins and all of that. But then when you do not take it accurately, like using that balanced diet kind of setting, it weighs you down. That's just it.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, Morning Star continues. Stay tuned.
Hello, viewer. Welcome to another segment of BCS Doctrine. I'm your usual host, Brother Wilson Ina. Today, the Father is making us to look at Him as the supreme teacher. And he draws his teachings from first lesson, John 6, verse 45. Second lesson, Matthew 23, verse 8. And the golden text is John 14, verse 11. God alone teaches all things. There is no other teacher from the beginning of creation. He alone knows all things. All who receive his teaching must also follow him. When he created Adam, he instructed him not to receive any other teachings from anyone else. But since Adam disobeyed him and decided to do something else, left his teachings and received that of Lucifer, the fall of man started from there. Whenever you leave the teachings of God and adopt that of Lucifer, you must surely fall. No two ways about it. You can never know God unless you receive his teachings and practice them. If anyone invites you to come to the university to learn about God, do not pay heed to him. Or you are directed to go to a certain city or town and learn about God, do not go. They are all liars and false. God alone teaches you all things, and nobody else can teach you the word of God or any other thing in this life. The fall of the whole world is due to the fact that man has left the teachings of God. Even the fall of us, the things we pass through in life, is because we have left God's teaching to listen to other kinds of teaching. You cannot do anything without the teachings of God. Only God alone can teach you. He has never delegated the office of a teacher to anybody, not even to an angel. Man has left the teachings of God and has adopted the teachings of man. When you first came in here, my first advice to you is that you should listen to me alone. I alone am the only teacher approved and recommended by my Father, by myself, by my God. No person can come to the knowledge of truth unless God teaches him. You can never get to that point except God carries you there. Do not listen to the teachings of your wives, your earthly father, or listen to what man say. You cannot discern real knowledge unless through the teachings of God. Man does not know or see God because man has refused to listen to his teachings. This is why God has always chosen to come alone to teach mankind about himself, so that he may not go astray. It is not God who teaches anyone to steal. It is not God who teaches anyone to lie, to quarrel, or to fight, or to commit fornication. These are the teachings of the flesh. It is not God who is a teaching of witchcraft. God does not teach like that. He is God that teaches truth. He does not teach about Mamed, nor Juju, or other spirits. All these are the promptings of the flesh. Only Him teaches what is right and can lead you to the accurate knowledge of truth, of what is and what is to come. Whenever God finishes His teachings, Lucifer comes in to introduce his own. Usually at the expiration or whenever you finish hearing from God, you see another thought or another mind coming to play out on you. Recall the act of Adam and Eve after God had finished instructing them not to touch that fruit in the garden. The devil asked them why they have not eaten of the fruit. They said that God had forbidden them not to eat it, that if they eat it, they will surely die. The devil convinced them that that was a lie. And you know that God doesn't lie. And that any day they will eat, they will never die. This is why God told Adam not to receive teachings from any other source except from himself. The devil started to teach him drinking, teach him the use of herbs for curing and for medicine. The devil introduced wine, fraud, and ungodly societies. The devil introduced fighting and quarreling and pride and arrogance. The devil is the one that introduced people getting things by force and by power. All our problems and sufferings are the result of disobedience. There is no juju, no Mamed, witchcraft, except that all these phantoms are product of our disobedience. God says, do not kill, do not steal, and do not fornicate. He has marked out all this, what we should not do. He warns that if we do any of these forbidden things, we shall die. God warns that if you curse your father, your life will be shortened. He says we should not drink, neither strong drink or soft drink, except water, because it is Satan that created the drinks. If God does not teach you, you cannot know. It is said that they stumbled and fell because they do not listen to God. You will surely stumble and fall, and your fall will be very great because you do not listen to God, the one who created you. Romans told us that we are just pot. Then there is a potter who shaped you the way you are. Why did Solomon fall? God warned him not to marry the prostitute, but he disobeyed God and married her. And to make matters worse, he built a shrine for her idol, God, and condescended to worship the idol with her. He fell from God's grace as a result of that disobedience. If you teach the word of God to the world, they will not listen. They will prefer to accept teachings that pleases the flesh. They are ready to follow you and die. When God did not say kill and eat any animals, there is surplus of fruits in the world, bananas, mangoes, pineapples, and all other sorts, all in abundance for food. When did God advise man that when he is sick, he should go and collect herbs or go to the hospital for treatment? Never a time. No part that inscribed us on that. These are the teachings and directives of the flesh. From the beginning, God had no hand in sin. At any time you commit sin, you have denied God. The teachings which he taught from the beginning continues to the end. All who do his teachings must emulate him, and they will receive unto themselves good health and everlasting life. Our Lord passed through Paul to Timothy, instructing him to preach to people, because soon people will forsake the truth. Man left the teachings of God and accepted the teachings of his fellow man, and so they fell. It is due to gluttony that man takes to drinking. It was the spirit in man which says, drink a little for your stomach's sake. It is not the word of God. It is man that told his fellow man to drink a little for stomach's sake. Only the instructions of God can save man. The perceptions of man only serve to destroy. So, brethren, you can see that these are the sound doctrine of God. What God says, what he teaches, what he claims. Noah, Lot, all of them labored to change the wants of people, but all to no avail. None of those things work. Moses labored in vain to change the children of Israel to the ways of God, but they were recalcitrant. He delivered God's commandments. Thou shalt have no any other God beside me. Thou shalt not steal, and several others thou shalt not. There was never a time when God told man to have another God, nor has he ever advised man to worship any other image. There was no time when God permitted fornication. Everything that a man does, he derives it from the carnal knowledge he has had. Whenever you go contrary to God's law, you incur sickness, tribulation, and death to yourself. When John came, he preached repentance. It was only John who disliked food, living only on honey and locust beans, and wearing only animal skin as his raiment. It was God's instruction that he would not eat nor drink. He kept God's instructions and fulfilled his assignment. It was God's instruction that he should baptize people, and he was to observe on whomsoever the Spirit would descend unto would be identified as the Son of God. God does not like the death of a sinful man. It is only man who has chosen to die of his sins, but God has no hands in his sins. He hates sin particularly. And so, he is also out to bring us back to life. If you tell a lie, God departs from you. If you steal, God departs from you. When you are sick, when you have nothing to eat at all, comes from your refusal to comply with God's instruction. What connects you with God are his instructions. This is why Christ says, as I hear, I judge, and my judgment is right, because I seek not my own with will, but the will of him who sent me. It is like going punctually to school, but not listening to what the teacher teaches. We are all witnesses that when you fail to listen to God, even when he passes through a person to tell you personally, we must surely suffer. Anytime somebody tells you something, and sincerely from the angle of God, and you refuse to adhere to it, you will also suffer the same penalty for disobedience. So we are advised to be more cautious and know when God speaks. What God did not plant must be removed. This is the time he has come to remove all shaky things away. Have you seen any other person relentlessly forbidding people from drinking or from
Welcome back. It's still an interesting moment out here. You're still watching the Morning Star Breakfast show, shown only on Starcross Television. Yes, before we went on that break, we were talking about stress management. Yes, so how far have you been able to manage your stress? We have talked about a whole lot of things, and of course, causes of stress. And Eric was of the argument that women faces more stress than men. I don't know for you. Anyways, but we are back here. Remember, we told you that every Tuesday, we are always talking about health talks or health tips. And of course, we have a beautiful one who is here in the studio to do justice to, today's topic. But before then, I am Peace Smith, and I still have with me David Eric and Sister Ruth Obu. Yes, you are all welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So let me bring to your screen a very beautiful one. She's looking so glamorous. Free yourself, mama. Free yourself. You're cute. So she's by name Nurse Edith. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Why are you always looking pretty?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, nurse.
Good morning,
Edith.
nurse.
She normally
Be
eats.
careful with him.
She
oh.
normally
Be
eats
careful with
fruits,
Eric.
She drinks water and she does
does exercise.
So what do you do?
Me, I do the father work.
Don't let it affect you. Okay, so over time or previously we looked at low blood pressure and of course high blood pressure.
Yes.
And today Sister Edith is here with another beautiful topic. Yes, diabetes.
Wow.
Hmm?
What killed Mr. Igbo? Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
it's
It
such
has killed a lot
fantastic
of
story.
And it has killed a lot of people.
Yes,
so
it
today we're
has.
going to protect them.
So
All right.
one thing I know about, I don't know, anyways, Sister Edith will tell us more about diabetes. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you
We
very
are happy
much.
to learn from you again today.
Welcome.
All right, the floor is
all.
yours.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Edith Umo. Last time, how is your health first? Because your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
When you're sick, you cannot do anything. But when you're healthy, you'll be able to meet up with that target. So today we'll be talking on diabetes. Now, what is diabetes? Also, diabetes is a group of diseases that result in too much sugar in your bloodstream. Number two, I have types of diabetes. We have type 1 diabetes and we have type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes is a chronic condition in which the pancreas produces little or no insulin in the blood. Then type 2 is a diabetes as in a chronic condition that affects the way body processing body sugar. So we'll be talking on the symptoms of diabetes. We have unexplained weight loss, as in every day your weight is getting, as in you're losing your weight, but you don't know what, as in you don't know
Without
the
exercise.
Yes, nothing happen, as in you're not sick, but your weight is going down every day.
Wow.
Number two, we have frequent urination, as in
Are you serious?
yes,
Wow.
only in the morning you can urinate more than 10 times, 5 times. It's not normal. Then we have slow heading, cold and sore throat. We have increase in thirsty, as in all the time you're feeling, as in you feel like drinking water all the time. At time is not good, at time is good. So we also have blood vision.
Blunt
Vision,
Okay.
yes. When you start seeing 2 or 3.
Wow.
So the type 1 diabetes can start at any age,
Wow.
while the type 2 diabetes is more common in older people. So we have risk factor of diabetes. One risk factor for diabetes depend on the types of diabetes. So we have one, family history. At times, family history do affect people, as in maybe, let me say, hereditary. You have someone that had maybe your grandma, your granddad, as in family,
It
your
has
family,
been there.
as in someone that have that issue in your family. It's risk factor that you might also have it if you're not careful of what you're eating. So number two, we have environmental factor. So
What do you
right
mean
now,
by environmental factor?
environmental factor? though as in one, it can be, how will I put it, as in the area you find yourself. One, maybe
Can someone who has maybe, for example, maybe I have the sickness, then Eric sits close to me, can Eric be infected?
No, it's not
Okay,
like that.
okay.
But
do
you
you
might be
mean-
eating sugar in milk.
Okay,
like,
because
for
this
instance,
environment is filled with sugar.
Yes,
Okay,
and
okay.
I
Where you
might
find
like
yourself
to
at
be eating
particular
sweet.
time.
And it's you that is close to me. You also adapt it. This as a
Habit
habit of eating the sweet.
Okay.
It's very, as in, it's very simple for you to get because
Okay.
too much of sweet thing is not good in the system. So that's why I said environmental factor.
Okay.
We might stay in the same compound due to my lifestyle. Maybe I like eating, as in, due to my social lifestyle, and you are close to me, and I like eating fatty food all the time, as in food that contain, as in fat.
And oil.
Yeah, you are like eating maybe fried things. Then you also, you are eating from me, as in
I
you also
understand, I
adapt
understand at this
what
point.
I'm eating.
Okay.
It's very, very easy for you to
have it.
yes,
Okay.
to have it. So now causes of diabetes, overweight can cause diabetes.
Wow.
Number 2, obesity can cause diabetes. Number 3, physical inactivity. Maybe you're indoor all the time, you don't go for exercise. You're just lying down, doing nothing. You're, as in, maybe when you want to go to work, you just enter taxi. Just for you to stroll small, you cannot. It can also cause diabetes. You are more likely to depend, as in to develop the type 2 diabetes if you are not physically active. So it also means that exercise is very good also in our system. So extra weight sometimes cause insulin resistance, and it's common in people with type 2 diabetes. So now the question is, when your sugar level is high and you experience the following symptoms, you need to see your best, as in your health team,
Therapist.
yes, or
Okay.
health therapy. Yeah. 1, feeling, as in you're feeling sick all the time. Number 2, abdominal pain. Number 3, difficulty in staying awake. As in, I don't know how
I want to
name
ask
for-
you something.
Like insomnia, you can't
Yes,
sleep at
you
night.
can't sleep, yes. Yeah, all the time. You don't even, the sleep is not just coming. You have to see your health personnel.
Okay.
Number 4, sign of dehydration, such as headache, dry skin, and weakness, and heartbeat. There are some people, they do have heartbeat. They still will be, their heart will be pumping all the time. You hear some sound.
It's not
Just
too
do,
healthy.
yes, and deep breathing. There are people, if you see that they will be breathing, as
Pounding
in,
their heart,
yes,
okay.
to be doing boom boom, as in the way they are breathing is not just normal. You need to meet your health personnel.
I see that in some children also. Some children breathe so much. Could it be diabetes as well?
It might not. First, you need to ask the parents what they give to these children to eat. Yes, because there are some food that can prune those things out.
Okay, now Edith, please, I would love to go back to the first aspect of the diabetes, the first one.
Type 1.
Okay,
Type 1, which has to do with the young persons, the young people rather, because yes, we know most of our old parents, when they start approaching the age of 50, they experience this diabetes due to the factors you have mentioned. They do not exercise, they do not
Overweight.
check the meals they eat,
eat, yeah.
yes, and overweight has been the case around them. Now, for the young ones, these are people who wake up in the morning, they move around, they do all they need to do, and at the tail end they're having diabetes. Imagine somebody of 20 something years. Yes, I have a neighbor. Let me bring this. I have a neighbor. He has deficiency in speaking fluently, if I'm not mistaken, fluently. Yeah, so on interaction with the parent, the father, one day he told me that this child was not born like this, that it was because of diabetes. And I was shocked that diabetes could cause
child.
this. The boy should be around 15 years, if I'm not mistaken, because he's in secondary school now, making him, he cannot speak fluently. Like, where is this coming from? Like, that was the first time I was hearing that diabetes can affect even a young person.
Yes.
I was really, really shocked.
That one fall in type 1 diabetes. At times it might be family history. If you want to go, just ask the parents, do they have anybody in the family that have this kind of ailment before.
Okay.
Just family history. At times, when a child is a baby, the fruit, the diet that will place the child can cause the child to have problem. You
Okay.
see a child from 10 years, 9 years, the child will have this ailment, as in diabetes. It's because of the food, the diet that we place them. You see some parents, they give their babies all this sugaring. Like sweet is not even good. It causes so many things. Sugar, there's some, I've come across someone, when you want to feed the baby with this pap, you see the woman will put plenty sugar inside. So me, I was the one
normal
that
sugar.
normal sugar. Even
Wow.
Serious.
so is as in I was the one that talked with the woman. I said, take this your baby, let's go and do tests. So because the way you're feeding this baby with sugar, I don't understand. And it's also funny when she went to, I was not the one that did the test, but she took the baby to clinic because the baby started to have a lot of issues. When they took so it was the doctor that now advised, said the baby have too much sugar.
She want the baby to be sweet.
That the baby have so much sugar in his bloodstream. So the doctor was now asking, this little baby, have you been feeding the baby? She was the one that came and tell me everything. The doctor was now asking her those questions that me always answer in the house. So how many sugar do you give to your baby in the morning?
Please, how old is the baby?
The baby that time it was 7. It was not 7, let me say 5 years.
Wow.
But if the baby want a custard, or they will put sugar inside. All these.
So do you advise honey? Is honey better than sugar?
Preferable.
Yes, it's preferable, but in a little quality.
In moderation.
Yes,
Because
yes.
honey itself is natural sugar,
Yes.
right? Okay.
But
And
honey is
how-
preferable than sugar. Sugar
Okay.
is not just good.
I feel most of the diets are the things that equate to the sugar. Example, the tuber foods, which are yam,
Even rice.
rice.
Yes.
This,
Even
this,
sugar
this
self,
food
end
has
products.
carbohydrate, so when it is converted, it can be converted to sugar. And most of the parents are not really acquainted with this. They feel that giving their children natural sugar, this is what is going to stimulate the stuff, but they don't really know that the other food can cause. But this is the country that we find ourselves. We need to have gari in the morning. Understand? We need to have this.
You have to soak it in the morning.
You have to soak
and
in the
after
morning
you bake it.
for the carbohydrate to come up and be massive, so you can get equipped for the day.
Now, Cedis, please, before you continue, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is, you talked about is it abdominal?
Abdominal
Abdominal pain,
yes,
yeah.
abdominal pains. See abdominal cramps.
Yes.
Second, another question, the second part of the question is, I know of someone who, whatever he eats, like the quantity of sugar he uses, it's very, very plenty. Then when you ask him, like, don't you think, or don't you know that this thing can cause, because I remember my mom was like shouting at him and all of that. So then my mom, he was like, this thing does not affect me. And even when you're looking at maybe hereditary, nothing, like, it doesn't really, there's no signs of saying that, oh, this thing affected someone in their family. So he might want to take a pap now, he will put up to 7 cubes of sugar. No, I'm not saying it to, maybe I'm not spicing up everything, but I'm saying the real thing. If he wants to take tea, there's sugar in it. So does it mean that some people, they really do not have that signs or symptoms of diabetes that cannot actually affect them, apart from maybe saying overweight, or maybe this person is having, maybe they have this heretical kind of thing in their family, or anything like that?
Apart from that, even though the particular person is not feeling anything, but in old age, those things will come to
They
play.
say it doesn't, they don't have it, so they have been eating sugar.
I think
Even
about
though
your
they don't
family.
have it
Eh?
today,
Your
If
family.
not my family, actually.
even
it's
they
a burden,
don't
no,
have
it's
the
not
signs
burden.
today,
Okay.
but in a particular age, they will start to feel those things. The signs
This
of
person
what
is
they're
like up
eating.
to 40-something years.
Don't worry.
There's time.
There is still time,
Yeah.
but at a particular time, do you know that too much of sugar in the system can even cause someone to have arthritis?
Yes.
Okay.
You will see someone maybe at the age of 50-something age, as in 50-something age, yes. The person will start complaining of arthritis. And some of them, I've seen someone, is it 65 years, and the woman is burning to work.
Wow.
Ask her what she
Okay,
ate when
those
she
can
was
be-
young. Yes.
Wow.
Sugar is very, very bad. If maybe you are by luck and it does not affect you now that you're young, at your old age, there's a certain age that those things will come to
Wow.
play.
Someone
It's
is
getting
already
stored. It's getting stored somewhere.
No, I am not.
Yes.
I'm not feeling. I'm not
So
feeling.
I know,
I'm not feeling
right?
tension because I already watch what I eat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll remind you the
Prof.
next time coming here with a bottle of Coke. Okay, so I know of this person, like somebody, the person takes a whole lot of sugar content in terms of maybe all these minerals and can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, all these minerals and all of that. So I want to bring it back to children, the type 1.
Okay.
At what particular age do you think that, when this child keeps taking, this mineral, like right now in my house, if we are taking sugar today, tomorrow, with 6, we go as far as taking vinegar in my house. Because my mom will say, if you don't take vinegar, you have to take bitter leaf, like water. So it will help wash, all those substances. Yes. So, but for those children whom, even at that younger age, they keep taking, ice cream and all of that. So, at what particular age do you think that someone will start seeing all the signs of diabetes?
There's no age.
Oh.
Then is your body system, let me put it like that. Your body system, if you have a strong system, at least it will just sustain. Maybe from 40, you start experiencing some signs in what I'm saying. You start seeing maybe you start to feel very weak. You start to be seeing, as in things will come that you will not understand till you go for checkup.
Okay.
And they will tell you that they have seen signs of diabetes.
Wow.
Okay, so I also have a question. Yeah. Okay, so do you think after taking sugar, it's okay for one to exercise? Because I heard somewhere that after taking most of these sugary things, and then you go and exercise, when you sweat it. Is it true that you sweat them out?
Exercise is very good, especially for diabetes patients. If I want to put number 1 treatment, let me not say number 1 because number 1 is diet treatment. Exercise is number 2. Then fruit is very good, especially watermelon. This blueberry and strawberry, they are very good. So exercise is very good, but it's not. I will still say that people should stop eating sugary thing. Sugar is not good in someone's health.
Direct sugar.
Yes.
I have this friend of mine. Currently now, she's very busting. I'll not want to mention her name, and she's very chubby. Understand? Now the parents overlooked.
Eric, you still pass through that.
The parents overlooked what you are saying now. Then in secondary school, from primary school, I think we went to almost the same time. When she would always go to school, they will always load a lot of chocolates inside. I am a party to that because I definitely, when you come, I will always take some of
Environmentally.
I always take some of those stuff, understand? And thank God I am a man, and you see, God has given me a very good body.
40.
Currently now,
Do you know what will happen to me?
40 is coming. Don't worry,
nothing will happen. I am working very hard to maintain that. Currently now, if you see, I would say if you see this lady, she looks like my mother. Like,
Your age mate.
yeah, she's very big. Like, when I saw her, I was even afraid. She's very big because I feel that most times sugar is not really good on the women. Understand? It makes them look so big when they grow old. Currently now, she's looking very big, and I'm even afraid. I won't call her mommy. You understand? And this was negligence from the parents. Every time they load
Are you sure
chocolates.
she's not yet a mother?
Yeah, she has given birth to one child. So
that's
it has
the
also added with the childbearing and the accumulated sugar have made it to metamorphose into something wonderful. I don't know what's going to happen next.
That one still fall on the diet. The diet that we eat. What you eat today can make you, as in you can regret yourself. As when you stand in the mirror and look at yourself, is it really me? As in you'll be thinking of so many things because of what? The diet that we eat when we were young. So naturally, sugar is not just good. We should reduce the limit of putting sugar in our food. We should reduce maybe eating gari in the morning, eating gari in the afternoon, eating gari. All the time we are eating carbohydrate.
Nigeria.
The end point of all this
What
is
am
sugar.
I in the picture? That's me. Okay, it's on a lighter note. Okay, continue.
So let me talk the complication of diabetes. One, high problem. You know, some of the food that we eat, it will reflect on our eye.
Wow.
We'll start to be feeling a lot of eye issue that you will not.
So why you laughing?
Sipping
Why you laughing? We're in Nigeria now. What are you saying?
Sorry.
This is what is happening.
Yeah, we take a lot of what's the name?
It's balanced diet.
No, groceries and floating berries.
This thing is balanced diet. In the morning you sip, in the afternoon you swallow, and in the night you might chew it. So it is balanced diet.
So number 2, we have foot problems.
Foot.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
What foot problem is that?
Because you don't know foot problem. As in, there are some people, they cannot stand like this for a longer time. They will be feeling pains in their
Yeah.
foot. They cannot even stroll from here to, let me say, from here to that place. They will just complain.
Sorry, there's something in my mind. There's how we call it a big pie in it. Do you know the English word for
Numbness.
it?
Numbness,
Numbness. Is that one of the
No, numbness is different from foot problem.
Okay.
Okay.
So number 3, and the foot problem, let me explain. Said foot problem is a serious and can lead to amputation. If you have foot problem, the diet that we eat is really matter in our system. Even though you don't see any sign, but tomorrow it will come to play. All this frying food is not good. All these as in, there's so many food that we need to avoid. Just maybe you can just eat gari once in a while. But eat plantain, eat vegetable.
Rich kid.
Wow.
Red meat is not good also.
Okay.
No, we
that
don't.
love
In this
eating-
kingdom, we don't do all those flying, creeping.
So it's
chores.
not just food. It's not. I really love this place that I have.
I am to, in short, I have to make time to, I need to employ a nutritionist.
Yeah, so plantain is very good.
Okay.
Like you were saying you said something about Mr. Boo, the amputation that they cut his
Yes.
leg. You don't even know what that man was eating before that can cause that thing.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the result.
So the diet is very, very important in someone's health. So number 3, we have heart attack and stroke.
Whoa.
Heart attack can lead to stroke. So number 4, we have kidney problem.
Okay. I know
Number
that.
5, we have nerve damage.
Wow.
So number 6, we have gum disease and other mouth problem.
Gum, like the
Yes.
gum on it. Okay.
You see, let me explain that once more. There are kind of sugary things that we eat. They do
Yes.
affect our teeth.
Yeah.
Like me, if I should take Coke or I take this sugary drink, if they now bring the real food, I'll be feeling somehow to even bite something and eat. So food that we eat really matters.
Can
in
I
our system.
also ask you a question? I'm even raising my finger as if I'm in school. Yeah, so sometimes even the adult, we have toothache. Like, so could it be as a result of the intake or too much of sugar we
intake,
took?
yes. Yeah. Apart from the main sugar, the food that we take also that contain a lot of sugar in it.
So generally, toothache is caused by sugar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Generally,
Sometimes it causes,
But sometimes hereditary.
yes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hereditary. If you have someone in your family that have that issue before, that means certainly.
Yeah.
If maybe by your luck you have it, but someone in your family may also experience that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we also have related conditions like cancer. When you have all these things,
Cancer of the what?
just generally.
General cancer.
cancer of the eyebrow.
Okay.
So the diet that we eat can cause a lot of things in our system.
How my
It's
fathers
difficult.
kept fasting. Do Thursday fasting and be saved.
I feel we should all be a vegetarian because
No,
it looks
not
like-
really, not really about
I
vegetarian.
have been.
No,
It
not
means,
really.
Please, you just sold yourself on a live TV.
No, I'm not studying myself. I said we
just-
should all.
I have been. You just sold
Speak
yourself.
to the audience. Speak to the audience. Speak to the audience. What me I'm trying to say is that irrespective of the fact of us being vegetarian, we need to also adapt to fasting.
Yes.
Fasting is very, very important. Like it's going to strengthen us spiritually, physically, and otherwise. We need to fast.
Yeah, because some hospitals, even before they even attend to you,
Yes,
they will keep you. They will have to place you on fasting because they want to like checking the blood sugar. I feel like
Yes,
sometimes they do.
Yes, when you want to check your blood, you can't eat before they check you.
You see,
So
you have
our
to be on
diet
fasting.
has a lot of things to
Father
do
really
in
tried
our
for us.
health.
I'm telling you. Because it's
Is that not why we call him the Akamba doctor?
Yes, he had already seen all these things before now. That's why he has blood fasting,
we know they hear what.
blood vegetarian. Here, my dear, we don't. We are more stubborn.
Eric, you need to speak for yourself.
Me, I know myself. Everybody at this point, everybody should know each other herself. But me, I know my own self.
Don't sell yourself on live TV.
I know myself.
How
I
can
know
you not
myself.
say
So we're
this,
talking
please?
on the prevention
Oh,
of
alright.
diabetes. 1, eat healthy food. Choose food that is lower in fat and calories and higher in fibers. As in, you can eat food like when you were last time, you just cook plantain and put vegetable.
I do that every day.
Vegetable,
Like,
not vegetable.
no, honestly, I can't sit there and say that's
Is that
my
the only
best
food in your
meal.
house?
There is God. Oh.
I don't think Gary in the morning and Gary in the afternoon.
You don't use to sip Gary, you understand? No, you don't take cornflakes. You don't sip cornflakes. You
But
call it
I'm
cornflakes
not
now.
No, it's not called
It's
it's
grocery.
It's no.
It's not that berries. Gary,
It's grocery. You don't soak grocery.
Do that, baby girl.
But it's fine.
No, actually, for plantain, I prefer it over to prefer it
Is
to.
it the ripe one or the unripe?
No,
Because the
unripe,
ripe is preferable.
unripe. The unripe is much more preferable. Like
So when it goes ripe, what do? You throw it away? I
No,
cooked
no,
plantain yesterday.
don't
Ripe
throw it
plantain.
away. The ripe one has its
you
own
have a lot of
health
cholesterol.
to play.
Yeah. But I think the unripe is more
Yes,
preferable.
very good, yeah.
So
that's why I
when
prefer it.
yours is ripe, you send it over.
She has cooked it already.
No, the next
Continue.
batch.
Okay.
Okay, number 2 is focus on fruit and vegetable.
Okay.
Just maybe you just decide, let me say this week, let me be eating fruits 3 times in a week. Can you do that?
Can you do that in Nigerian economy?
I eat fruit on a daily basis.
Oh.
Every day.
I need
If
to
you
come
eat
to
fruit,
your
there's so
house.
many things that you will not feel low. Eh?
I didn't get you.
As in, if you eat fruit all the time, there's so many sickness that the sickness come and the thing have as you
It's
have,
fighting. It's
yes,
fighting.
it
It's
will not
fighting.
just move with another person.
Rich kid.
So fruits and vegetables, they are very good. So number 3, get more physical activities. When I say physical activities, exercise. In a week, you can choose 3 days and do exercise. It's go a long way.
Yeah, you know, are you done or you still going?
No. Talk.
Yeah, I think about this exercise on a daily. You know, our work, you know, the time we report to work, you know, so I used to think a lot how to, I don't know if I should start trekking all the way from my house to work every
At time,
morning.
it's part of exercise.
But you
know
know where
sweat.
she's living.
But in your compound, you can wake up by 5.
Oh.
You just stand, you start to jog. As in, you just
Eric knows why he's laughing.
just throw. Maybe you can wake up by 5. You sit down. You do. Is it press up like they call? You stand up or you jog. Or anyhow you want to. You just turn yourself. It's part of exercise.
Okay, thank you so much, Nurse. You know, actually, this exercise thing is not Martin. God has given us body to always look young. The Father is greeting this, you know. So, all right, thank you so much, Nurse Edith. This you have 1 or 2
Yes,
points because we are running out of time.
We have just 2 minutes. I think we should carry it
Yeah,
over.
right over for
Okay,
next Tuesday, so
thank
that our
you,
audience will be waiting to come.
Meanwhile, Peace, you have to go for eye checkup because of the amount of groceries you soak.
I'll be going for it today. I'm already seeing to by 2. Okay, that was on a lighter note, yes. So it is said an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Apple
so,
is costly now.
yeah, it's very costly, but try to, if not an apple, try to go for the ones you can provide for yourself so as not to be found wanting. Okay, so it has been a very wonderful moment, yes, and we hope that you stay glued to your TV sets or other interesting programs that will be coming your way. Tomorrow, yes, it is the Mixed Tunes Wednesday where Sister Ruth and David Eric will be coming to your screen, so ensure all the songs you have, write them down so that tomorrow you give them the necessary unnecessary audience you need. So until next time, I am Peace Smith, and I have with me
David Eric.
Authentic Ruth.
Okay, Sister Edith, Nurse Edith. All right, so we are saying goodbye to you.
Adieu.
Enjoy the rest of the program.
Adios, amigos.
Television, God